Totally worth it. We witnessed history today. Very, very cool. A new era in space exploration.
Approach 80991, tops 4,000, clear above.
Thank you much.
Good morning, Houston. Skyhawk 80991, level 9,000, direct College Station.
Skyhawk 80991, Houston Center, College Station, altimeter 2986. I got a slide reroute advise when you're ready.
2986, ready to copy, 991.
I have a question. Why does every airport not have a rope swing? I'm jealous. I kind of want to swing on it. No, I won't do it. I'd honestly probably break it. That rope doesn't look like it's got much integrity.
991, clear direct Huntsville, uniform Tango Sierra, then direct.
Direct uniform Tango Sierra, then direct 80991.
November 80991 and I are yet again heading out to Florida, but this time to witness a spectacular moment in history. SpaceX and NASA are launching American astronauts to the International Space Station on board the Falcon 9 commercial spacecraft by SpaceX. From American soil on board an American-built vessel for the first time since 2011, and I want to see it happen with my own eyes. I departed San Marcos before sunrise IFR eastbound, and it made for a beautiful start to what will turn out to be an awesome day. I got to stop at my reliable fuel stops along the way of Reserve, Louisiana and Perry Foley, Florida. Had a good lunch at Cruise, in-flight beverage services, and on the last leg I had to dodge my way around the storms and rain in Florida with the help of ForeFlight to land at Apopka. It's going to be a good day of flying.
Holding that right rudder, keeping the ball centered. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Approach 80991, tops 4,000, clear above.
Thank you much.
We are up and out, heading to Alpha Papa Sierra. It's Port of South Louisiana Regional Airport. Off to my right, there's a pretty good set of thunderstorms. Actually, these don't look too bad. And then at about our 2 o'clock, right out there is Houston. And we're gonna hit Huntsville and then direct Alpha Papa Sierra. That was our reroute. So we're level at 9,000 IFR. And it's a good morning. That was an absolutely gorgeous sunrise this morning. Gorgeous. Just climbing through the clouds, about 3,800 feet or so. I blasted out, and I was like catching glimpses of it as I was in IMC, and I just said to myself, "Oh my goodness, this is going to be gorgeous."
November 991, contact Houston Center 134.8.
134.8. Good morning, 991.
Morning.
Houston Center, Skyhawk 80991, 9,000.
Number 80991, Houston Center, the Huntsville altimeter 2987.
2987, 80991. We are cruising right at 65% power.
991, contact New Orleans approach 125.2. Have a good one.
25.2. Good morning. 80991. 25.2.
Bravo.
Baton Rouge Tower information, Bravo, time 1407 Zulu.
And Baton Rouge 80991. Verify that frequency is 125.2.
Cessna 991, affirmative 125.2.
4 left in use. Notable simultaneous approaches are being conducted parallel and intersecting runways. All pilots read back hold short instructions. All arrivals, contact approach 120.3.
And approach 80991. 125.2 appears to be Baton Rouge ATIS.
And then Cessna 991, you're right, it's been a long morning there. It's 125.5. Sorry about that.
No worries, 125.5 just means you gotta have more coffee, right?
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
There you go, good day. New Orleans approach, Skyhawk 80991, 7,000. We have the weather at reserve, looking for the visual if possible.
Skyhawk 80991, New Orleans approach, roger, expect the visual approach from Reserve Airport. I'll blow for you about 5 miles.
Roger. Alright. I zoomed into Baton Rouge here, and the ATIS is 125.2. And he said it's been a long morning. Yeah, just get more coffee, bud.
920, it's Houston Center 134.9er.
And it's always kind of like a cool moment, you know.
991, descend and maintain 4,000.
Down to 4,000, 991. Alright. 4,000 set, I see 4,000.
New Orleans altimeter 2999, you're cleared to the class Bravo airspace.
Reduce the power back to maybe about 55%. We're going to give it just a little, maybe a full turn on the mixture end. Descent checklist, mixture enriching, I just did that. The fuel selector is still on both. The carb heat is required, we don't need it. AWAS, we already got it. The wind is 160 at 10, and the sky is scattered at 2100 is the lowest layer. Altimeter set 29er, cross-checked, and the altimeters agree. Instruments cross-checked and calibrated. Everything looks good. Descent checklist complete. Alright. Not seeing any traffic except for one plane coming off Louisiana Regional, or perhaps they're landing. So we're just going to keep heading right toward reserve and passing 5,800 for 4,000 now. Approach 809901. Any chance just a slight right deviation for a build-up here?
Cessna 991, affirmative, of course, deviations for weather approved when able to proceed direct to Alpha Papa Sierra.
Okay, when able, direct, thanks. Alright, yeah, we're just going to take it right a little bit. I can see past this build-up here. Going through that kind of stuff is super rough, and any chance I have to go around the weather instead of going through it or trying to pick my way through it, I'll always go around it. All
Cessna
good.
991, set to maintain 2,000.
Down to 2,000, 991. Alright, 2,000 set on the bug, I see 2,000. So what we're going to do, the best option here, we'd have to kind of start yanking and banking or like going way off course to get around this stuff. This isn't convective, these are just kind of, you know, building cumulus, they're just build up. So we're going to go direct destination and just point right at the airport. We're going to go into IMC. And we're just going to start slowing the plane down. Keep our eyes on the instruments. I'm going to reduce the power just a little bit more, slow down.
No, to an X-ray radar contact, ident observed 2 miles south of St. Timothy Parish Airport. Traffic, 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2 miles, 1,200 feet.
And we're expecting some bumps here. Seatbelt's nice and tight. $3,300. Right on course.
2 at X-ray, right.
Oh yeah, those EGTs and CHTs look beautiful. They're all perfectly lined up. Alright, G5's blinking at me here, telling me 1,000 to go, passing 3,000 for 2,000. I will be able to report the airport in sight here in just a little bit. New Orleans approach Skyhawk 809901, base is about 2,500. We got the airport in sight, like to cancel.
Skyhawk 809901, roger, FR cancellation received and change to advisory frequency approved. No traffic observed between you and Alpha Papa Sierra.
Okay, we'll squawk the FR and change to advisory 809901, thanks. Alright, squawking VFR, and our CTAF is 122.7, common traffic advisory frequency. 122.7. Port of South Louisiana traffic, Skyhawk 809901, crossing over midfield now. We're going to turn into the left downwind, runway 17. It'll be a full stop, Port of South Louisiana. Brakes have good pressure, the landing light's on, the autopilot is off. Seatbelt, shoulder harnesses, I'm strapped in. Mixture set for best power. Let's go full rich since we're nearly at sea level. The carb heat, let's go ahead and get it on. Fuel selector is on both and flaps as required. We're waiting on the wide arc and we're almost there. Alright. Pre-landing checklist complete. Wide arc, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Port of South Louisiana traffic, Skyhawk 809901, left base, 17, full stop, Port of South Louisiana. Port of South Louisiana traffic, Skyhawk 809901, turning final, runway 17, full stop, Port of South Louisiana. 75 knots, and the airplane's all trimmed out. See that? That's what we want. Nice and stabilized, coming down through 70 knots, and we are at flaps 20, and I think, let's go flaps 30. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Flaps 30. Alright, coming down through 65 knots, we're just going to feather that nose down, add a little bit of rudder to straighten out that longitudinal axis, and we're just going to hold it off. Let her tell me when she's ready to stall and stop flying. Well, that couldn't have worked out any better. Turn on the air conditioning. Port of South Louisiana traffic, Skyhawk 809901, clearing the runway and taxiing to self-serve. Port of South Louisiana.
All right, welcome back to Port of South Louisiana Executive Regional Airport, right by Reserve, Louisiana, right here on the Mississippi River. It's a good little fuel stop. The fuel prices are always good here. It's not a big place. It doesn't really require big customer service. I mean, everybody here has been so nice. I've had engine problems at this airport before, and people let me borrow tools out of their hangars and stuff. I think I'm just going to transition across Pontchartrain, and it should be a pretty nice, easy flight. This is actually my favorite leg, because this one's just flying in front of the beautiful beaches of Pensacola and all that. It's really, really fantastic. So we're topped off with avgas. I'm going to just do a quick walk around since I did let the airplane out of my sight for a couple minutes. Next stop should be Perry Foley, Florida. I have a question. Why does every airport not have a rope swing? I'm jealous. I kind of want to swing on it.
Cessna 9901, radar contact, position stated, say altitude leaving.
Tower 1,600 holding clear the Bravo for now.
Cessna 9901, you are clear through New Orleans class Bravo, airspace.
Okay, clear through the Bravo, on course up to 75, is that alright?
Affirm.
Thanks.
That was 1509, old approach, roger, expect visual approach runway 11, fly heading 190 to set and maintain 8,000. Southwest 172, contact tower 119.5, good day.
Good tower, have a good one, Southwest 172.
Chevron 1016, contact Homa Tower 125.3, good day.
Roger that, we're painting up for 793 at Foxtrot. What was that distance again, just to verify?
About 12 o'clock in about 8 miles.
Roger that, is he coming from our right to left for us, 793 at Foxtrot?
Pensacola approach Skyhawk 80-991, 7,500.
Skyhawk 80-991, Pensacola approach, altimeter is 3001.
01-991. Pre-landing checklist, brakes pedal test, they felt good. Landing light is on, autopilot is off, we are not equipped. Seatbelt shoulder harnesses are on, I'm strapped in, mixture set for best power. Let's go ahead and go full rich since we're coming down to sea level. 500 feet AGL, stabilized, full flaps. Just bring her right on down to the runway. Yeah, perfect. Arrest that energy, and just hold it off right here in ground effect. There it is. Nice steep approach. Gotta love 40 degrees of flaps. Yeehaw. Perry Foley traffic, Skyhawk 80-991 clearing, runway 12 at Charlie. Perry Foley.
Man, I'm having deja vu. Perry Foley, Florida. It's exactly where I stopped back in December on my way to Cameron's wedding. It's a good stop. It's just a perfect distance from reserve. That's why I kind of picked the same route as I did before. Airplane's all ready to go. Once again, we've only got about 135 nautical miles to go to Apopka, Florida. There will be a hangar waiting for me. I have a car that's being loaned to me for the night. I'm gonna go meet with somebody for dinner once I get there, but for now, we do have some weather kind of rolling in from the south, and it's just starting to touch the south side of the Orlando airspace. We're gonna fire up ForeFlight, just take a look at that real quick, take a look at some winds, but I think we're gonna have to stay under the clouds. Anytime I'm piloting command of an aircraft, we will have a ripping headwind. So we're filled up with cheap gas, we're good to go. 80991 is ready for the final leg of the day. We're in Florida, so the next leg is just a hop over to Apopka, not very long at all, and we'll be done flying for the day.
991, you are radar contact southeast of Perry. There is a line of moderate and heavy precipitation off your 1 o'clock there in about 55 miles. Right now, direct your destination should stay just north of it, but it has been trending towards the north as it's growing.
Okay, we're painting that on NextRad, and we're going to stay visual, obviously, and we'll keep an eye on that. We appreciate the help.
Roger.
So yeah, the stuff he's talking about is this line of stuff right here on NextRad. I'm also seeing it on the 430. There's another line of stuff kind of right about out that way. And we're just going to kind of have to keep our distance from it and just play it by ear, see what it looks like once we get up a little further. I'm going to keep my shoulder harness on for the duration of this flight, just in case we hit some bumps, since we're kind of navigating around some weather. Cruise checklist power is set, 67% power, that's fine for now, 7.5 gallons an hour. Mixture is set. And EGT's 1440, and they're all pretty dang even, so I like that. Instruments calibrated and cross-checked. We're going to set the heading bug right where we are at now, bugged at 3,500, everything else agrees. Cruise checklist complete. We can look on ForeFlight. If you look right where my magenta course line is, it almost looks like, oh, perfect, you know, right? You're going to go in between this kind of line of cells and then this little cell that's building off to the side. Well, that just screams to me that gap's going to close up. It's forming a line, and I'd be willing to bet that's going to close up. So we're going to keep a close eye on that.
And November 29 Whiskey, did you say you had the weather there?
So this is the beauty of being visual. We can see that rain shaft out there, so we can dodge that, right? That's kind of what I'm planning on up here. We're going to take a look at the rain shafts that we can see out the window and compare it to what we're looking at on ForeFlight, what we see on the 430, which is getting it from the same source. Both of these are NextRad. So it's delayed. Yeah, I'm seeing another little rain shaft up there. The way you can pick out a rain shaft is you've got the horizon, right? You can see the horizon is pretty consistent all the way across. Where there's when you see a break in the horizon, and then it almost looks like the horizon is lower in that spot, that's a rain shaft obscuring the horizon that's how you can pick out rain shafts. I see another big one right out there where the horizon is obscured.
Answer 4 Charlie Sierra, traffic 12 o'clock, 10 miles opposite direction to south at 6,000. 4 Charlie Sierra, looking for traffic. 48 Echo on that turn, traffic 12 o'clock, 9 miles opposite direction to Chancellor, descending to 7,000.
Yeah, that guy's dumping a little bit of water out still. Not nearly as much as it was. You can see the real heavy stuff out there along the coastline. That's what I was worried about, and it ended up being no factor. It's well out of our way. So it looks like we're in the clear, so let's take a look at the rest of it. I don't really see, I see like one little cell popping up right here, a little bit of green. We'll see if that develops into anything. Some of the light rain around Orlando is kind of dissipating a bit. It looked pretty good. So Flying Eyes Optics has been a really awesome sponsor to the channel, and this is one of their pairs of sunglasses. These are the Kestrels, and if you look at, they've been so comfortable all day. They haven't bugged me once. And if you look at how thin the temples are, they're meant to go underneath a headset. And look at this. Look how durable they are. They'll just go right back to their shape. About to come out with a new method of creating the frames, and I tried on one of the prototypes, and they're super lightweight, and they're about to hit the market. They're going to hit the market this year.
Roger.
Yeah, check them out. Flying Eyes sunglasses.
Roger.
Flying Eyes Optics. Super thin temples. That makes them super comfortable. They very gently hug your head and go right under the headset without affecting the noise cancellation of your headset. And they're super durable. You just can't. I mean, super flexible. They kind of contour right to your head, and they just go right under the headset effortlessly. I couldn't do that with my Ray-Bans. I had to like pull an ear cup up and let it slip through and stuff. This, just take it off and then put them back on. And I just didn't hear any difference in sound because they're so thin and they just slide right under the ear seals. So check them out. They've been an awesome sponsor to Aviation 101. Flying Eyes Optics. Traffic 12 o'clock, crossing from right to left, almost opposite direction, 1,500 feet below on the iPad, and I have them in sight. Right down there. Having these tools available to you in the cockpit, like I probably, without the iPad, I probably would have seen that plane unless I just so happened to look down there and saw that little white speck moving. See it on the iPad. Now, ForeFlight didn't give me a warning about it because they're almost 2,000 feet below me now, 1,800 feet below. I bet they're going into Williston. Orlando, Skyhawk 80991, starting the VFR descent. We have a apopka in sight.
991, roger, no traffic is there between you and apopka. Rate of service terminated. Squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
VFR going to advisory, 991, good. Alright, Squawk VFR, and we're switching over to CTAF. Descent checklist, mixture enriching. Let's give it a little bit rich. We're going to keep that descent coming down through 3,300 feet. Let's set the bug to 1,700 so we don't break that Leesburg airspace. We're about to be out from over the airspace, so we'll be good. Fuel selector is on both, hasn't moved. Carb heat is cold for now. ATIS, we've got it. We did the 3 clicks. We'll do it again here in a minute. Altimeter set to 999er, cross-checked, and they agree. And instruments calibrated and cross-checked. Descent checklist complete. Apopka traffic, Skyhawk 80991, approximately 9 miles to the northwest of the field, descending out of 2,800. We're going to set up for a full stop, runway 15, Apopka. All right, let's give it 3 clicks on the mic and get the weather again.
Orlando, Apopka, automated advisory, wind 090 at 6 knots, with gusts to 10, temperature 27 Celsius, 2.22 Celsius, altimeter 2998, density altitude 1,600 over.
Alright, so the wind is 090, gusting up to 10 knots. The shock cool factor is looking good. We're not cooling them off too well, and the EGT look great. We're not cooling them off too fast. Pre-landing checklist, brakes, pedal test, the landing lights on. We're all lit up. We got all the lights on. Autopilot's off. We're not equipped. Seatbelt, shoulder harnesses are on. Mixture, let's go ahead and get that full rich. The carburetor heat is already on. Fuel selector's been on both, and the flaps as required. We're going to wait on the white arc for that. I'm going to stow my water bottle, one less thing up front here with me, and we're ready to land. Pre-landing checklist is complete. Apopka traffic, Skyhawk 80991, Cessna 172, 1,700, 3 miles to the northwest of the field. We're going to be inbound runway 15, full stop, Apopka. Apopka traffic, Skyhawk 80991, about a 1 mile final, runway 15, full stop, Apopka. 80 knots, let's slow down a little bit. Let's get flaps 20, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Flaps 20, 500 AGL, stabilized. All right, I got eyes on where the displace threshold is. We're going to land beyond those white chevrons. Look at this crab angle. 20 degrees flaps. We are slightly below our DMMS, but that's okay. It's a defined minimum maneuvering speed. We're no longer maneuvering. The wings are unloaded and we're stabilized on final, so that's okay to get below our DMMS. Get my approach nice and under control here, and let's go ahead and put her into a side slip. We're going to mind our speed there. We got a good crosswind. Coming down through 60 knots. Birds need to not get in my way. Oh yeah, it's gusty down here. So we're just going to hold it off and let the airplane tell me when she's ready to stop flying. Hold it off. That is windy. That was definitely not my best. I was just about to go around. I wasn't a fan of how it was kind of knocking me around there. Apopka traffic, Skyhawk 80991 is clearing the runway at the south end, Apopka. Alright, welcome to Orlando Apopka Airport, our final destination for the day. Perhaps using 20 degrees of flaps with that type of crosswind was not wise. I should have known better. Also, I came in a bit slow. I should have come in a little bit faster and had more energy in the flare to dissipate while the wind was kind of kicking me around.
Falcon 9 is in startup. Dragon is in countdown. FTS is armed for launch. Dragon, SpaceX, go for launch.
SpaceX Dragon, we're go for launch. Let's light this candle.
Stage 1 tanks pressing for flight.
T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon. Go NASA, go SpaceX, Godspeed, spot a dog.
America has launched. So rises a new era of American spaceflight, and with it the ambitions of a new generation continuing the dream. 20 seconds into flight, stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Eco.
Falcon stage separation confirmed.
Falcon 2 Alpha.
Alright, we have stage separation confirmed. The first stage beginning its flight back. The second stage, being powered by that single Merlin 1D vacuum engine, has ignited and is now carrying Bob and Doug into orbit.
It was pretty incredible. My first launch that I've ever seen, and you've seen probably
quite a few. That was
yeah.
My third one right in Titusville.
It's the first time in 8 years that Americans have been launched into space on an American vehicle from American soil. And it's the first time, I think, ever in the world that it's been done on a commercial space vehicle. It's pretty incredible to witness that kind of history in person. Totally worth it. We witness history today.
Start of a new era.
It's the start of a new era, that's right. A new era in space exploration.
Station Houston, Big Loop, we copy the review of 3 and 4 complete. International Space Station ready, thank you.
Crew of Expedition 63 is honored to welcome Dragon and the commercial crew program to welcome aboard the International Space Station. Bob and Doug, glad to have you as part of the crew. Well done, Bravo Zulu.
Bob and Doug, welcome to the International Space Station after your spectacular rendezvous and docking of the first Crew Dragon vehicle.
Flying the Skyhawk 900 miles to Florida to witness this moment in history was more than worth it. I grew up seeing the space shuttle missions on TV, but never got the chance to see a launch in person before the program was canceled. But I was there to see, with my own eyes, the dawn of this new era of space exploration, and I can't wait to see what's on the horizon. I ended up staying in the eastern United States for about 3 weeks and did a lot more flying and work-related stuff during that time, including some mountain flying, dodging weather, diverting for fuel, and picking up carb ice. All coming soon, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss out on that content. All of the flights from today will be edited in their full-length forms for Cockpit Club members. So if you want to see all the technical flying from start to finish, including dealing with the weather and navigation with ForeFlight, you can sign up at aviation101.com/cockpitclub. Additionally, you can support the channel by shopping merch and gear on the e-store at aviation101.com. If you liked the video and you want to see more content like this, give it a like and subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, stay happy, healthy, and current, and of course, stay proficient. We'll see you in the next one. Fly safe.